great Marvel. That is great Marvel, man. Fuck. This show is terrible, man. God, this show is bad. Transcends the genre. Transcends the genre. Okay? That was special. That had me glued to my screen for about an hour of time. What a movie. What a movie. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy High Tolerance. I'm editing the video right now, and I decided I wanted to record an intro. So here's the intro. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. We're talking about all MCU entries, not just Marvel movies. I realized that 50 Marvel movies is not accurate. I realized that like it's 36 movies and like 14 shows and special presentations and whatever other bullshit. We're doing the whole thing. Okay, that's the point. We're doing the whole thing. And in the middle of this recording, my PC also shits itself. So don't be worried about, feel me? It's gonna lag a little bit in some moments. Feel me? I'm doing what I can. I'm a small YouTuber. Feel me? I'm not making big bucks yet. I'm just doing this for the love of the game. So appreciate y'all watching, and yeah, enjoy. All right, what is up, YouTube? I'm back. Here's the problem, bro. I recorded this whole video for 40 minutes. It was a 40-minute long video that I just recorded. It was a 40-minute long video that I just recorded, and I went back to go watch it after I recorded it, and I realized that my audio wasn't hooked up. My mic wasn't hooked up. So there was no audio for that video. So I am going back. I am letting y'all know that I am recording this again. I'm doing it again. I'm putting everything in the same spot that I had it before, but I have to do this again because my audio wasn't recorded, which is kind of pissing me off. But you know what? We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. So first things first that I want to do is I want to rename the tiers over here. I want to rename the tiers to what I had them as. And the first tier that we're going to have is transcends the genre. And what transcends the genre basically means is that this is not just a superhero movie anymore. This is a great fucking movie, bro. It's a great fucking movie. So, our second tier is going to be great Marvel. And that just means Marvel, with their formula, they made a good movie. Feel me? They made a great movie. You know what I mean? Then we're going to have more so of the good Marvel. This is where I think a lot of the Marvel movies will fall into for me, because I've already done a tier list. This is going to be mid. Fucking mid. This is going to be wasted time. Don't need to watch this. This is going to be should be deleted from the sacred timeline. We're going to put it as should be deleted for short. But should be deleted from the sacred timeline because that shit should not fucking exist. They should have never fucking made it. Let's add another row for... let's add another row. This one is just going to be haven't seen because I know that Fantastic Four is in here. And as of today, I'll be lying to you if I said I saw Fantastic Four. It is May 22nd to be, haven't... seen. Saren. Haven't seen. LOL. Haven't seen. So, let's start. Agatha All Along, great Marvel. This is a great TV show, man. This is a great TV show. I think it had some of the best, writing in Disney Plus shows, in Marvel TV Disney Plus shows. Some of the best writing that they've ever had in a movie. In a show. Some of the best writing that they've ever had. I loved Agatha as a character. I loved that she was an asshole. You know what I mean? And she still continues to be an asshole. They took a character that was literally nothing in the comics and made her into a lovable character that I actually love. Catherine Hahn, big fucking thumbs up. You cooked. Ant-Man Quantumania should be fucking deleted from the sacred timeline. My God, there's 20 minutes. There is 20 minutes of Ant-Man Quantumania that is a great fucking movie, or even just the crumblings of a good movie. There's the crumblings of a good movie in Ant-Man Quantumania, but the rest of it is just so fucking bad that I can't give it, I can't give it any kind of slack, bro. It fucking sucks outside of Jonathan Majors as Kang, which Fuck that guy, of course, but his performance was great. You know what I mean? I can't do the rest of it, bro. Cassie Lang sucks. The way that they have this kind of civil war going on between like the original indigenous people of the quantum universe and Kang's like empire, that storyline sucked. It could have been great, but it sucked, and it just made like the movie ass. You know, they didn't know what they wanted to focus on, whether it was this father-daughter relationship or like this fucking Robin Hood story with Ant-Man as fucking Robin Hood. They didn't know what they wanted to focus on, so it just fucking sucked. And then they had like other pieces, like they wanted this shit to be Star Wars a little bit. So yeah, fuck that. This movie sucks. Wasted time. No. We're gonna put Ant-Man and the Wasp in mid. I was gonna put it in wasted time, but we're gonna put Ant-Man and the Wasp in mid because my dog Lawrence Fishburne is in it, and I fuck with him heavy. So we're gonna have Ant-Man and the Wasp in mid. I think it still has some charm of the first Ant-Man movie, but it just isn't as good of a movie. It isn't as tight of a storyline. You know what I mean? It was cool. It was cool coming out. Ant-Man. This is great Marvel. Fuck y'all. The first Ant-Man is great Marvel, man. I love the first Ant-Man. Not only is it very fucking funny, it's also endearing. It has a lot of heart to it. You know what I mean? People wanted to say that this was just Iron Man 1 again, but no, it actually fucking isn't. It's a great movie. The only bad thing about first off, and the ending is fire. The ending battle is fire, where they're set with like this mini like train. You know what I mean? Train set up with Thomas the Train and stuff. Fire. They actually made Thomas the Train like terrifying. Fire. The only thing that's like kind of bad about it is the villain. Villain kind of sucks. And then he becomes MODOK, and oh my god, I forgot about that. He becomes MODOK and makes like a butt joke. God, that was terrible. Okay, Age of Ultron, great Marvel. I do not care what y'all say, bro. Over time, Age of Ultron has gotten better over time, like a Drake album, bro. It's gotten better over time, like a Drake album, bro. I love this movie. The only thing that is like kind of like out of place is like the Thor storyline and him going to, flesh his demons out, with like the weird holy water situation they had over there. That was fucking weird. But outside of that, Ultron is a great villain. He's awesome. You know what I mean? It sets the stage for a lot of the upcoming MCU in terms of Captain America Civil War, Infinity War, and why they lose. You know what I mean? They lose because they were broken up because of the events in Age of Ultron. They got broken up in Civil War because of the events of Age of Ultron. So they lose in Infinity War because of the events of Age of Ultron. Feel me? That's a great movie right there, man. That's a great movie right there. Of course, we don't like the fact that Quicksilver died on some bullshit, but Hawkeye in this movie, fire. They made you care about Hawkeye. After the first movie did him a little dirty because he got his mind taken over, the second movie makes you actually care for Hawkeye and make him like a fun character, to watch. Endgame transcends the genre. Endgame transcends the genre. It is a cultural experience for the entire world. Avengers Endgame was a cultural experience for the entire world. There are some moments when you go back and watch Endgame, you're like, this kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Like some of the second act is kind of boring a little bit, but outside of that, bro, what a fire movie. What a fire experience as an audience member, bro. Avengers Infinity War transcends the genre. The fact that they lost and they kept making you feel like at any point like they oh no, they gonna win, right? No, straight to credits. No post-credit scene. Oh no, there was a post-credit scene. It was Captain Marvel coming. But outside of that, no, nothing like making you feel like, like there's a deep emptiness in on the inside of me. You know what I mean? There's a deep emptiness and there's a deep like sadness because of what happened to these characters. And it had a great moment with Thor. The fact that it followed 3 teams, I think it was 3 teams or 2 teams, it followed 3 teams. It followed Captain America, it followed Iron Man's team, and then it followed Thor. Fire way to set up a movie. Executed the vision very well. Thanos is a top 3 villain all time. He has so many quotables in this movie. It's crazy. Transcends the genre. Avengers Infinity War. The first Avengers movie is great Marvel. I don't think it's better. I do think it is the worst Avengers movie for me personally as an experience, because I just love Ultron so much as a villain. But Loki is so good, man. So good as a villain, bro. So smart. You know what I mean? So conniving, angry, mad, all that stuff. Love Loki as a villain. Love the way that he was built up from the first Thor movie to coming back in Avengers and being like a real, Avengers level threat. You know what I mean? Great movie. The way that some of the relationship is set up for Civil War is set up in the first Avengers movie, where you have the first two characters, Iron Man and Captain America, kind of going at it a little bit, and you see kind of like their difference in ideology. And that was fire, and it just sprouted from there to go from Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Civil War, and all that stuff. The first Black Panther, y'all gonna hate me for this. This is good Marvel. It's just good Marvel, man. It's just good Marvel. Killmonger is great in this movie, and outside of that, I don't really have much else to say. Great villain, but T'Challa kind of sucks. Wakanda as a world is great to enter into. I feel like it had great production design. I don't know if did they win the Oscar for that? I don't know. I don't remember. And it had a great score, great album come out. It definitely was a moment in history. But as I look back at the movie, like, it wasn't that good, bro. It wasn't that good. You had the white CIA saviors come in the movie, and it was just mid. You know what I mean? Why did he kill his girlfriend? Nobody answered that question, by the way. Great Marvel is Wakanda forever, bro. Great Marvel is Wakanda fucking forever, bro. What a movie. What a movie. Okay? Wakanda Forever is fantastic. Not only because of the ways that it handles grief and the ways that it handles what unfortunately happened to Chadwick Boseman, bro. It's also one of the best action movies in the MCU, and I feel like that is a piece of the movie that nobody really talks about. You had Namor taking over and frying Wakanda. Great action set piece. You had the Atlanteans versus Denai Guerrero's character. I can't remember her name right now, but fantastic action set piece. The same way that we went into Wakanda in the first movie is the way that we went into Atlantis and loved it in the second movie. Feel me? Gas. Absolute gas. The first action scene where Angela Bassett is telling the rest of the world that you can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with Wakanda. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go to Black Widow. Mid. Black Widow is mid, guys. I rewatched it recently, and it's cool. It tries to be Mission Impossible, but in the MCU, but it kind of falls flat on its face when some of the themes, like the girls getting taken by a man, and then their whole lives getting taken away. Like, that's a good theme. That's something good to strive for. But it obviously wasn't like, all it could have been, which is a problem I also have with the next movie coming up. But we're just going to talk about Black Widow for now. I love Florence Pugh in the movie, and I like David Harbour in the movie, and I like following Scarlett Johansson as a character, and seeing what she was doing before Civil War happened, I think it was. So yeah, it's cool watching this movie and going into Civil War though. Also, I don't really hate what they did to Taskmaster. I just wish that I see what they did for Taskmaster in terms of the themes, but they kind of could have just created a new character. You know what I mean? Instead of it being Taskmaster, it's just something that's so opposite. So Captain America: Brave New World, mid. Had some cool moments in terms of Sam flying and stuff like that, and it kind of made him his own Captain America, but I just didn't love Captain America as a main character following him throughout this whole movie. I didn't love him. I thought the internal conflict really wasn't there. It really was not that it wasn't there. It wasn't really impactful. You know what I mean? The leader as a villain sucks. He's supposed to be the smartest guy in the world, and he sucks. Who else? What else about this movie? Red Hulk was really cool. Red Hulk was really cool, but other than that, it's just really like a experience. I don't really see how people hated it. You know, it's not really something to hate. Like Ant-Man Quantumania is something to hate. Secret Invasion, which is coming up, I'll tell you the time right now. We gonna put that shit in should be deleted. That shit should be hated. But Brave New World, it's cool. Captain America: Civil War. This is great Marvel right here. This was a moment in time, bro. This was a moment in time when everybody realized, like, yo, Marvel is fucking cooking, bro. Marvel is fucking cooking, bro. With the different ideologies of Captain America and Iron Man coming together, bro, and it's still being relevant now, where people ask, like, were you on Captain America's side or were you on Iron Man's side? That is still a relevant discussion to this day. As a kid, I was on Iron Man's side as a kid because I just liked Iron Man as a character. But, you know, as I grow up, I realized that Captain America was right. But you still see why Iron Man thinks the way he does. And you also see why he actually, you know, they also get you to be on his side a little bit in the last half. Because it's like, nigga, you killed my mom. Like, you know what I mean? You killed my mom. So, you know what I mean? Civil War is a great movie. Also, I love Black Panther in this movie compared to his own movie. He's way better in this movie. He's way more interesting. He's way more cool. Has way more aura. Spider-Man in this movie, fire. You know what I mean? Okay. First Captain America is good Marvel. First Captain America is good Marvel. Really shows us how cool of a character, not how cool of a character, but how much of a good man Captain America is. You know what I mean? How cool that is to just be a good man. And be given like these other things, like to become a super soldier, but to still be like just a good person, just a good guy. You know what I mean? Really cool movie, man. Really cool movie. But it doesn't really reach the heights of these other movies for me personally. Like, it's cool, but it just doesn't, you know, reach the heights of those movies. You know, Captain America just isn't my guy, my personal guy. You know, not a guy that I care about. So yeah. Winter Soldier, great Marvel. Doesn't transcend the genre. Like, I know a lot of y'all are like, oh, it should be up here. It doesn't really transcend the genre, guys. It's a great Marvel movie, though. It's a great Marvel movie. Oh my god. What they do with Black Widow's character and her relationship with Captain America and how they develop him. Fire. How they develop him and her, actually. Bucky was such a terrifying presence in this movie. He was fire to watch on screen. You know what I mean? Cool score. You know, Captain America is just a great movie. Captain Marvel. It's just mid, bro. It's just mid. It's nothing to hate. It's nothing to sneeze at. It's just mid, bro. That's why I don't really see like the hate for Brave New World, because they've been doing like the mid movies for a minute. They've had like mid movies just drop. Captain Marvel is one of those movies, bro. It's just mid. It's just mid. I don't really care about anything that's going on in this movie besides like the relationship that she had with I think her name was not Monica Rambeau, but the other lady that was her mom. I can't remember her name, but yeah, that was cool. Daredevil Born Again, good Marvel. Daredevil Born Again is good Marvel. We know why it isn't as good as it could have been because of some of the pre-production issues, but the fact that it is still good is like a miracle. The fact that it still like reaches some great heights is a miracle. I think episode 8 and 9 are not just in like, you know, Disney Plus Marvel TV. Those are some of the best episodes of Daredevil that we've ever gotten. Episode 3 is also one of the best episodes of Daredevil that we've ever gotten. So for us to get like those heights in this series, great. It was just inconsistent. I'm sure that season 2 will be fantastic, though. I already know my boys Justin Benson, Aaron Moorhead finna cook. Justin Benson, Aaron Moorhead, I think. Deadpool and Wolverine, good Marvel. Still hilariously funny. You enjoying the Deadpool movies is going to depend on your ability to enjoy Ryan Reynolds as. Do you think Ryan Reynolds is entertaining? Then you'll enjoy the Deadpool movies. Do you not think Ryan Reynolds is entertaining? Do you think he's annoying? Then you'll hate the Deadpool movies. That's exactly how I felt about walking out of Deadpool and Wolverine. It had some great moments as a theater experience. You know, but it's just like, if you don't like Ryan Reynolds, then you won't like these movies that much, because there is a lot of Ryan Reynolds in these movies. But I really enjoyed Deadpool and Wolverine. I had a great time at the theater. You know, I don't think it quite reaches the heights of these movies in great Marvel, and it definitely doesn't transcend the genre. So, but it was a good movie. It was a good movie. Multiverse of Madness. Fuck y'all. This shit is in great Marvel. Fuck y'all. This shit is in great Marvel. Sam Raimi fucking cooked. Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch. Fire. Great villain. Imposing villain. A villain that I had a connection with because I watched WandaVision. You know what I mean? Fire movie. And then you had Doctor Strange, you know, going through all these battles, you know, within the multiverse. Listen, here's the thing. Fuck Black Bolt. You know, fuck all those other characters that died. I don't really care that, you know, their cameos didn't matter, because I don't care for them as characters. You know what I mean? Fuck Black Bolt. Fuck John Krasinski. You know, fuck all those characters. I don't care. Bro. I'm sorry. I don't care. Multiverse of Madness was gas. The only problem I have with Multiverse of Madness is the fact that I don't really care for America Chavez as a character. You know, I didn't really care for her, you know, tragedy going from universe to universe. Not really for me. What unfortunately didn't work for me in Multiverse of Madness did work for me in Wakanda Forever with Ironheart. I did fuck with Ironheart. I did like how she did feel like a real, like, black character. You know, that was fire. Doctor Strange is also in great Marvel. We have got to talk about Doctor Strange and how good his movies are. Every single time, they're bangers. The first Doctor Strange is actually one of the most beautiful movies in Marvel. It's one of the most beautiful movies in Marvel. The opening scene when it's raining and it's like, that's not the opening scene, but the scene where it's raining and he's like crashing and shit, that is actually such a fire scene to look at. The scene where the Ancient One is about to die and she slows down like all of the lightning, beautiful. You know, one of the most beautiful movies in the MCU, and it doesn't really get talked about. The scene where she pushes him out of his body. Oh my god. Great movie, man. Echo is going to waste of time. I don't really want to talk about Echo because there's not much to talk about. Kingpin was cool, but not what I wanted. Daredevil was cool, not as much as I wanted. I enjoyed like some of the family aspects of Echo. I just wish she had like 8 episodes to develop and for me to like really care about her character, because I felt like episode 4 just really wasn't earned. You know, Eternals is mid, bro. Eternals is mid. My take about Eternals is that Angelina Jolie should have led this movie, not Siri. Not that her actor was bad, but just her character was just uninteresting. I didn't really care for the romantic, you know, aspect of the movie. Besides, I think his name was Fastos, Hafast, something like that. He had a great, you know, gay relationship and all that stuff. That was cool representation to see on screen. But I wanted Angelina Jolie to be the lead of this movie. She was the most interesting character by far. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, good Marvel. Had some good moments, some cool moments with John Walker as Captain America versus Sam Wilson trying to become Captain America. You know, in the dichotomy between some of those ideologies and stuff like that. The Flag Smashers sucked. You could tell like there was stuff that they removed from the storyline before the show came out. I think it was a rumor that they had like a pandemic in the storyline, but you know, they just removed it because of what actually happened in the real world and thought it wouldn't be cool to say. So yeah, cool movie. Cool show. Got me more attached to Sam than Brave New World did. Tell you that right now. They should have made that a movie. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Fantastic Four hasn't come out yet, but I am 1,000,000% sure that Fantastic Four is going to transcend the genre. Thank you. That is going to be one of the best movies I've ever seen. No doubt. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special is Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special is great Marvel. That is great Marvel, man. Kevin Bacon in my MCU? I can't put it anywhere else, bro. I can't put it anywhere else. Kevin Bacon is my GOAT. Guardians of the Galaxy, great Marvel. Great Marvel, bro. This is great Marvel. One of their best, like, introduce you to this character, and you fall in love with the movies that they've ever made. They had another movie recently that kind of followed a similar kind of theme where they had you fall in love with these characters. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is fantastic. Fantastic. Great music. It also is a very pretty movie. You know what I mean? Just great movie. Great movie all around. The only bad thing about Guardians of the Galaxy is that Ronan the Accuser kind of sucks as a villain. But outside of that, the family dynamic of this team and them getting to meet each other and you falling in love with all 5 of these characters, you falling in love with all 5 of these characters, gas. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 transcends the genre. Okay? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is one of the best movies I've ever seen in theaters. Okay? The way that it had me shedding tears, I wasn't really shedding tears because I don't cry for movies, but the way that it had me shedding tears for Rocket Raccoon and his character and his arc over the movie and how, like, he died. He went to, like, first off, it's crazy that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2 both had, like, white scenes of the characters dying and then coming back. Like, that was crazy. But what a fire movie, bro. What a fire movie Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is. Then you had that one-take action scene at the end that just, mwah. High Evolutionary as a villain. Yes. I need 17 more of it. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Good Marvel. Cool movie. Really good movie. You know, I mean, not really good, but good movie. You know what I mean? Good movie. It was cool to watch in theaters. You know what I mean? It was cool. I don't really have much else to say about Guardians of the Galaxy other than Kurt Russell was cool. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 other than Kurt Russell was cool. You know what I mean? Hawkeye Season 2, y'all gonna hate me for this. It's just good Marvel. Is it? I don't know, bruh. I don't know. I have problems with Hawkeye Season 2. Like, it was fun to watch, and I really like Kate Bishop and Yelena in the series, but outside of that, it's just, I'm gonna put it in good Marvel because they made me love Kate Bishop. I'm close to putting it in mid, but I'm gonna leave it in good Marvel because they made me love Kate Bishop. The Incredible Hulk, good Marvel. This is a good Hulk movie, man. This is a good Hulk movie. I really enjoyed it. I love seeing Hulk as a character. He was goated. His strength, him versus the military. I love seeing Hulk versus the military, and the military trying to end him, and then it's just never working out. You know what I mean? So yeah, the Incredible Hulk, fantastic. Not fantastic. I'm not gonna say fantastic, but good movie. Really entertaining, man. Really entertaining. Iron Man 3 is great Marvel. Suck my dick. Iron Man 3 is great Marvel. I love this movie. I love the way that it completes Tony Stark's arc, throughout his 3 movies. And then, of course, they had to, reset it because, obviously, you still need Tony Stark as a character in the MCU. You can't just have him, yeah. But the way that it deals with his anxiety after Avengers, gas. Some great action, especially with the monkeys in a barrel airplane scene, fire. The only bad thing about this movie, again, Aldrich Killian as a villain. I did love how they subverted the Mandarin aspect of this. Instead of making him like an Asian, which is kind of racist, be like this Asian scary guy. They made him like a white man, which is more scary. Not to me, but for society. Iron Man, is this Iron Man 2? Iron Man 2 we're gonna put in because I like Iron Man 2 way more than I like these other movies. So I think I'm gonna put it in good Marvel. It's crazy that we're at that point because when Iron Man 2 came out, people hated it. But now it's like, bro, Iron Man 2 is actually kind of good Marvel, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Iron Man 2 is actually good Marvel, bro. It's good Marvel because it gave me Justin Hammer, RDJ cooked, but Whiplash is mid. So I don't know, bro. The way that they handle Black Widow's character is really problematic for me. Fuck it, I'm gonna put it in mid. It's mid. Iron Man transcends the genre, bro. We know that it kicked off the universe. It's not much that I have to say. I didn't go see this in theaters because I'm too young, but watching this movie is like gas. You know what I mean? It is a good movie. It is a really, really, really good movie. It really started like the formula for like how Marvel operates as like a movie. You know what I mean? Just super gas. Had a great performance from our villain. You know, this is just a great movie. Great coming of age story for the first Iron Man. Loki season 1 and 2 transcends the genre. Don't care. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Loki season 1 and 2 are fantastic. These are fantastic shows, bro. Fantastic shows. If you haven't seen Loki season 1 and season 2, you need to watch it, bro. You need to watch it. One of the best endings in all of the Disney Plus Marvel shows is Loki season 1 episode 6. I've never seen anything like it, bro. I've never seen anything like it. That was special. That had me glued to my screen for about an hour of time. I'm like, bro, this is gas. Jonathan Majors as you know, the multiple different Kangs. I know he sucks as a person. But his performance was always great, bro. Always had a great performance, bro. Always had a great performance. And Loki season 2, the arc that Loki goes on from being a villain to like saving the fucking multiverse, gas. The Marvels, we're gonna put it in mid. We're gonna put it in mid because I love Iman Vellani as Ms. Marvel. She's great. And I really do like Monica Rambeau in this movie as well. It is a little bit goofy, but I'm cool with goofiness in my superhero movies. It's just the plot line wasn't that interesting to me. I thought the switching could have been more interesting, and it wasn't really that interesting. The villain sucks. And the post credit scene is really good though, so that's why it's getting put in mid over Echo. Moon Knight. Moon Knight was great Marvel for 5 episodes, bro. It was great Marvel for 5 episodes. They did something totally different. They had a totally different take on the character, but it worked for 5 episodes. And then they dropped the 6th episode, and I was like, this is some bullshit, bro. This is some bullshit. Why am I seeing 2? I don't even want to talk about it anymore, bro. Ms. Marvel. This is good Marvel, man. Ms. Marvel is really underrated as a Disney Plus show. Iman Vellani as Ms. Marvel continues to be like one of the best castings that they've ever had in the entire MCU. One of the best castings that they've ever had in the entire MCU, bro. Absolute cinema. The only thing, there are a couple things that have wrong with this show though. The villains suck. I really did like her friend, the white boy. Forgot his name. But yeah, the villain sucked, man. The villain sucked in this show. That's really the problem that I have. And then I don't think the rest of the show looks as good as the first 2 episodes. Like with it trying to like be like kind of like you're watching a comic. You know, the it just doesn't look as good as the rest. The next 4 episodes are kind of disappointing. Secret Invasion, like I said earlier, should be fucking deleted. Fuck! This show is terrible, man. God, this show is bad. The only good thing about this show is Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. That's all I got for you, bruh. That's all I got for you, bruh. Shang-Chi, this is going to be a hot take. This shit is mid. I rewatched this shit recently. I'm like, bruh, this shit is not that good. This shit is not that good. It was cool that they brought a new Mandarin in. He was great, actually, as the Mandarin. He was great. And the Kung Fu action is great. But Awkwafina is so bad. She's so bad in this movie. And the third act is so bad that it's like I can't really get it to good Marvel. Because I know this is similar about Moon Knight. But Moon Knight had me more like locked in with Moon Knight as a character. Like I fuck with Moon Knight. I want to see more of Moon Knight. I don't really give a fuck about seeing more Shang-Chi. I don't really care. I'm not attached to him as a character. Far From Home. We're going to put it in good. We're going to put it in good Marvel, bro. We're going to put Far From Home in good Marvel. As much as, you know what, fuck it. This is my opinion. Far From Home is fucking mid, bro. Never take Spider-Man out of New York. Never do that. Never do that. Never do that, bro. Never. I love his costume. But, like, bro, if you take Spider-Man out of New York, it kills it for me, bro. It kills it for me. It kills it for me. Mysterio was great, though. And the way that they faked this out on the whole multiverse shit. Also, he wasn't even in fucking costume for most of the movie. Because he was fucking Night Monkey. I get why, but, like, shit sucks, bro. Great Marvel. Spider-Man Homecoming is great Marvel. And it's better. Spider-Man, this is a hot take. I'm not going to say that. Spider-Man Homecoming captures, yeah, I'm going to say it. Spider-Man Homecoming captures the essence of Spider-Man way better than any Sam Raimi movie that is not Spider-Man 2. This is Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man to me, bro. This is Spider-Man to me. The way that Vulture is in this movie, and he's fantastic, and he's like so terrifying, and it's like Peter Parker fighting, you know, his responsibility versus the shit I want to do. Feel me? I want to hang out with this beautiful ass girl, but I'm Spider-Man, bro, and I gotta go be Spider-Man, and that's that good shit. That's that good shit that I love. Feel me? That's the good shit that I love. I love the fact that it's Tony Stark is only in the movie for like 12 minutes, and he says one of the most impactful lines of the movie that is like great responsibility but not great responsibility. He says, if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it. Really put into perspective of what kind of Peter Parker we're building in this universe. You know, Spider-Man No Way Home, great Marvel. Great Marvel, bro. Clap it up to them for pulling off the nostalgia bait, bro, and making them real characters, bro. Hats off, my guy. Hats off. That is a great movie. You made the Spider-Man actually mattered, and then you recontextualized his whole trilogy into making it the whole thing in origin instead of just the first movie as an origin. His whole, you know, first 3 movies are the origin, and now we're going into the college realm of Spider-Man, which is the shit that I love. Personally, I love seeing Spider-Man in college. I love seeing him as like youth pastor. You know what I mean? Youth pastor Spider-Man is gas. That's what he is in the games, and I kind of love that Peter a little bit more, you know. And I like the fact that he's getting more angry as the movies go on, which is gonna set up great for his arc in Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Secret Wars, for him to get the symbiote. And him to be angry, and hopefully he contaminates the symbiote, and the symbiote is just a living thing just looking to attach to anybody, and it's not really evil and angry until it gets to Peter being angry, you know, on the inside. The fact that has to be Spider-Man, he's angry at that, but he's like not willing to let go of Spider-Man because his daily life sucks. Gas. Alright, Thor Love and Thunder. I don't really hate this movie the way that the online people seem to hate this movie. I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Christian Bale was great, and I thought that the whole God premise was kind of an interesting thing to attach to. And I like the fact that they gave him they made him like a dad, bro. That's cool, bro. They made him a dad. They made him a dad. Was it too much on the funny? Yes, way too much funny. Way too much jokes. Way too much. You know, that was not that was garbage. You know what I mean? But you know, outside of that, I thought it was cool. You know, it was cool. Cool how he beat them all. He beat them with kids. I mean, it was cool. Had some good action as well. Ragnarok. I'm gonna put Ragnarok in Great Marvel. I'm gonna put Ragnarok in Great Marvel because it has the best villain out of all of these shows. It has the best villain. It has the best villain by I think by a lot. And it's close with Daredevil Born Again in terms of villains, but I do think Hela was better. We've also got like some Hulk development, and I was hoping after we saw Thor Ragnarok, I was hoping that I was not hoping for Smart Hulk. I was more so hoping for a rageful Hulk that is also in tune with what he should be and who he is. You know what I mean? And he's not just like a toddler. He's more so growing up in age. Like we see Hulk teenager, kind of like how Groot had an arc over the course of the movies. We see, Hulk have that same arc, but it kind of happened. It happened off screen, which is my problem with Hulk, but that's getting into other things. Thor: The Dark World, mid. Don't really have much to say about this movie. Haven't seen it in a minute. You know what I mean? So it's just good mid. You know what I mean? It's cool mid. It was cool how they made it matter though in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. It was cool how they made it matter, but just mid. Thor, mid. I'm realizing Thor does not really hit as a character for me personally, except when Thor is in Avengers movies. I like Thor in Avengers movies. I don't really like him in his own solo movies besides Ragnarok. I don't really, you know what I mean? Just a bunch of mid. Thunderbolts. This is great Marvel. Thunderbolts is great Marvel, man. I rewatched it recently. I saw it in theaters again, and I was just like, yeah, man, this is great Marvel, man. The first like, let me think. The first like hour when they're in the vault and stuff like that is, you know, it's cool Marvel, but Thunderbolts locks in the back half of the movie. It locks in, bro, and you really can't take your eyes off the screen because you're locked into what's happening. It's probably the scene from when Sentry finds out that he has powers and they escape the vault and stuff like that. From that on, the movie kicks into second gear and it really like takes off. You know what I mean? After that, fire. Great movie. WandaVision, great Marvel. Great Marvel. Had us all locked in for 9 straight weeks. The only thing about WandaVision is it would be in transcends the genre if that last episode wasn't so fucking mid. It would transcend the genre for me because of how it handled, like, because of the writing, the way that it handled grief, you know what I mean? The way that it looked, beautiful show, you know, so it almost transcends the genre for me, but it's just not better than Loki because the last episode sucks. Werewolf by Night transcends the genre. Y'all can go eat a dick. Werewolf by Night transcends the genre. It is better than the rest of these movies for me. It's way better than I'm not going to say way better, but it is better than the rest of these for me personally, besides the Spider-Man movies, because of the way that it emulates the Monsters verse, but creates its own thing. You know what I mean? Creates its own thing. Gas. The way that the movie looks, gas. The way that the transitions of him going from human to werewolf, gas. You know what I mean? I really connected to every single character, almost every main character I was either interested or had a real connection with. You know what I mean? Man-Thing, we need more Man-Thing, and I wish he was in Thunderbolts, bro. He would have been a great character in Thunderbolts, but it would have been weird because of, like, you would have had this big CGI, you know, thing. I understand that part. But what a great movie, bro. What a great movie. I just wish we had Midnight Suns already. Please. I want to see Blade. I want to see Blade so bad. What if it's going to be a waste of time for me. There are a lot of good episodes, but there are also a lot of like bad episodes and a lot of like mid episodes. You know what I mean? And I really wish they would have just kept it going. I don't think there was a need to end it. But yeah. Outside of that, oh yeah, and the Doctor Strange episode was really good. Outside of that, guys, this is my MCU tier list. As you can tell, like, I'm really in love with like a lot. In love. I'm not in love. You see how much is in mid. But I really like a lot of what the MCU puts out. Feel me? I'm an MCU fan. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. I like the MCU. So, yeah, this is my tier list. Let me know your thoughts on it. Feel me? Let me know if you think I'm stupid. If you think this is a terrible tier list, please tell me. Let me know. You know what I mean? Anyways, this has been High Tolerance. Feel me? This is what you're watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Deuces, y'all.